Previously on Gamin Thunder.
Let's get 5 more likes on this video, and I'll maybe do a part 3. We can do that, right? Maybe.
You guys really loved all the series that I made so far, and now you requested part 3. You guys must love this. So let's make sure this one's a big one. So grab some Pockies and let's do this. What's up, gamers? It's Gamin Thunder, and today we're back with my top 5 favorite anime. And you guys really enjoyed this series as much as I loved making it, and where we talked about some of my favorite animes that I've watched. Some people requested all sorts of different animes that had to be included too, and we're going to include some other animes too, because this time we're going to have honorable mentions in here. But first things, we're talking about my other top 5. Just like the ones before, we're going to be going in ascending order from 5 to 1. And so this is going to be talking about 5 other anime that comes after the first top 5 and the sequel to the 5. So see which ones are my favorite and which ones that are good mentions but didn't really make it. But you should watch them anyway. So let's get started. Number 5, Eden Zero. From the creators of Fairy Tail, Eden Zero comes out a whole new generation now where it's like Fairy Tail, but in space. Eden Zero is a series where a young boy with the powers over gravity is able to leave a whole planet full of robots to explore the reaches of the galaxy with some friends, including a girl and a talking cat. They're everywhere now. As they explore the Sakura cosmos and all sorts of reaches of space with some unlikely friends, and who also journey to see the mystic Mother, and where they learn that if you see Mother, you are able to be reincarnated. As they found space pirates, ninjas in space, and all sorts of crazy stuff, including a chronophage, which is a monster that steals time itself. So Eden Zero, it's pretty entertaining. You got a lot of people there. You got some funny moments, and you got some crazy moments with people fighting and everything. And there's romance, and there's fighting, and yeah, there's plenty of rom-coms in here. So Eden Zero, that's definitely top tier. And I think I like it a little bit more than Fairy Tail. But dude, you gotta try this. Number 4, High School DxD. High school can be really difficult, especially when you're Issei. And yeah, after being killed by a fallen angel, that Issei has been reincarnated by a beautiful, powerful devil, Rias Gremory. And yeah, as he's been reborn as a devil himself, in the chessboard of her family, the Marquia Gremory. Hey, Issei works on his goal of becoming the harem king, and where he has all sorts of friends with attractive girls, the badass fighters, and he completes all sorts of tasks and harnesses the power of the Red Dragon. And Issei, you really have a lot what it takes to be the harem king. And this guy, he is obsessed with boobs, and I'm pretty sure you guys might have watched this series, but I watched this for the action. And yeah, this is the most PG manga I could find. The rest of them, yeah, you're gonna have to see it for yourself. People watch it for the boobs, I watch it for the action. I highly recommend the clash between the twin sky dragons, and that most epic fight there was. And in DxD, you're gonna find some adult content in there, so viewer's discretion advised. But I go there for the action and the drama, the romance, and of course the fighting. My one complaint about DxD is that did we really have to get the animation different for the 4th season? I mean, I loved it before. Why'd you have to change it now? I guess it's better to just keep progressing with it, even though it's changed a bit. I still like it, even though. Number 3, Persona 5, the animation. Persona 5, by the best in the Persona series, with 3 different games and all sorts of ways to play on PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. Which was before adapted after becoming a manga series and then adapting to an anime. The story follows as just in the game. Ren Amamiya, a student of Shujin Academy, after suffering an annoying lawsuit, and works with his friends and as he traveled to the metaverse and encountered all sorts of striving battles in there as they work to change the hearts of evildoers and travel to the Mentos and recover memories and unlock personas. So if you guys remember Persona 5, I definitely recommend the anime. Number 2, Jujutsu Kaisen. Cursed spirits live in Japan. And it's up to Jujutsu sorcerers to be able to stop them by putting them to rest and exercising them. Jujutsu Kaisen introduces a character but unlike the world's ever seen. And as Yuji Itadori, he has been chosen as a new successor for the Jujutsu Academy after accidentally consuming, and he actually consumed an artifact left behind by the king of all curses, Sukuna. With his allies and his friends, and he stops all sorts of curses and goes on many adventures and stopping all sorts of great attacks. And with the animation, the storyline, and the manga series, it's no wonder why it's won Anime of the Year. And not to mention, it's even got a video game about it. It's okay, but I definitely recommend this. It's no wonder why it won Anime of the Year. I mean, season 2, it was pretty epic. And so if you guys love curses and all sorts of fighting scenes, Jujutsu Kaisen is definitely an anime for you. Before we reveal the number 1 spot, let's talk about some honorable mentions about a few animes that haven't made this part, but they're still really good to talk about. And maybe might talk about them later, but now for these honorable mentions, these are going to be strictly my opinion, and we're going to be talking about them from 1 to 5. We're also going to be talking a little bit description on why you should watch it. And it's pretty good, and I hope you guys will like it. And enjoy Evangelon. Old school animation, but really epic fights, and insane dialogue, and crazy fights. 4.5 out of 5. Chaotic. A computer game turned to a card game, turns into a real world situation. And pretty epic. And although we could have dealt without using animation issues, so definitely really good. 4 out of 5. Kaiju number 8. An unbeloved manga series turned into an actual anime with all sorts of crazy animation fights and dramatic scenes. I would place it higher, but this has come new as an anime, so nonetheless pretty good. 4.1 out of Darwin's Game. Gaming just got a whole lot more intense when you enter that app. But it could have been really more successful if it had another season. But a lot of epic fights, and this game just became a game changer for everybody. Hey, so if I were you, beware the snake. 4.2 out of 5. Now those are some good honorable mentions, and I hope you guys will like them too. Now, let's get on to the grand finale. Number 1. Blue Exorcist. Spirits of Gehenna invade Japan. And one person is able to stop him. Rin Okumura, the spawn of Satan, and who had his powers of blue flames, and sealed in the sword Kurikara, aka the Koma Sword. After losing his father, and actually becoming a devil himself, but he becomes a devil who destroys other devils and is on a mission to defeat Satan. And so Rin, you are on a path that is really big. And thanks to his brother Yukio and his friends, he works to become one of the strongest exorcists out there and to finally defeat Satan. And this anime is really awesome. You got all sorts of crazy fights in there, and all sorts of different sagas. My one complaint though would be that it wouldn't be canon. Like in the first season, it wasn't canon with the manga, and it still wasn't canon after the second season started. But nonetheless, it was really epic. And of course, it was voiced by my buddy, Bryce Payton Book. Gotta go check him out. And not to mention that this anime, has really, been something that's evolved great. Like, it took 8 years for the new season to come out, and I'm glad we showed it up. Each of these animes, just like the others that I picked, all served a big purpose and the reason now why I chose them as some of my favorites. We're gonna be going over why I chose them. Eden Zero shows that there's a big world out there. If you just stay in one planet, you'll miss out on big adventures happening there, and you'll meet all sorts of great friends out there. You might even see great opportunities that you can't see there. There's an adventure even out there in space, and you might meet all sorts of great friends. So don't be shy and staying home. Go out there and explore. High School DxD shows us that there's magic in this world. You'll find all sorts of friends in all sorts of different places. You just gotta search for them, and you gotta realize that there's an adventure, and there's always people there that are there to guide you, and to actually be able to change your life. Just like Rias did for Issei. You gotta love everything that comes, and who knows, maybe you might be able to meet someone as great as Rias someday, if you're lucky. And just a recommendation, if you ever pick up on one of these books, make sure you're 18 years old at least. Persona 5 shows us that there's a little evil in all of us, but we have to be able to confess to our sins, and we have the power inside us to rebel against the forces of darkness. There's a little rebel inside all of us, and we choose how to use that to defend others. And Ren, aka Joker, you are really one great hero, and one great character in a game franchise. And Persona 5 was so fantastic, they actually made him a playable character in Super Smash Bros. Can you believe that? I can't. Jujutsu Kaisen has definitely showed us that there are all sorts of crazy spirits out there. And it's up to us to be able to be careful with those kind of stuff and rely on others to help protect people, even when we don't need it, or we don't realize that we do. So if you come up into a spirit, make sure to exercise it quick and go with a clear punch from it with your little curse clash. No, not that kind of curse clash. I mean the kind now where you actually punch it. Blue Exorcist shows us that no matter whether you're the spawn of Satan or a regular person, you still have the heart to actually prove you're different from other people. And if you have the power to actually defeat Satan, you know that with the right heart, you'll be able to defeat it. So even if you're a devil, it doesn't define you. But just remember, you choose who you really are, and you choose how to use that power. And don't forget, the best weapon of all isn't friendship, it's a sword. And that's another of my top 5 favorite anime. These animes are still really good, and there's still plenty more to talk about. But I hope you guys really like these animes as much as I do. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video about top 5 favorite animes. And I really enjoy doing this series. And if you guys want to do a part 4, let's make it bigger on you guys. And we reached our goal pretty big in these last times we did it. So let's make a bigger challenge for you guys. So if this video gets 10 likes, I mean 10 likes, and then we'll see about doing a part 4. Would that happen? I guess we'll see. But until then, guys, and I hope you guys will enjoy this series and continue to support on the anime series and all sorts of bad things that happens to this channel. So until then, comment, like, subscribe, join my Discord, follow my Instagram, and subscribe to all my friends' social, and I'll see you guys later from your favorite anime tuber. This is Gamin Thunder, signing out.